Hey, it's Matt from NerdDumb, and I wanted to take you guys through some of the cool stuff that I have in my office. Here we have some really awesome paintings done by my friend back during the COVID years. This first one being Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Next is Hellraiser's Pinhead, which I absolutely love, a little horror influence. And then my dog, Eva. So her portrait is always with me here. These are right next to the closet, which of course houses all of our jackets and stuff. And then underneath that is the ever important beverage fridge, which is of course filled with Ghost Grape. That's right, my favorite at the moment. Absolutely amazing. Hashtag not sponsored. Also, bunch of Coke products. I like Coke, what can I say? This is my new top rig camera slider. You may have seen us use this for the new channel trailer and the newest Penguin video. Feel free to check those out if you like. Here is my Gibson Epiphone acoustic guitar that I bought for my friend for about $100. And behind that is my, I say, pillar of awesomeness. At the top we have a bunch of different toys. Darth Vader, Batman. I have a lightsaber from episode 9. Don't ask me why I have that, but I have that. As well as Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Next is a bunch of my Star Wars collectibles. A lot of them are newer. So the Black Series Andor, I got a Black Series Malgus back there as well. Bunch of really cool Star Wars toys in there. You can see Mace Windu's in the front. Of course, we have the newest Princess Leia. A lot of that stuff's from Ross. Then we got this guy. This is Han Solo from the 1994 or 95 edition. I've had him for quite a long time now. Next up is kind of my Marvel area. We have some statues of Stan Lee. I have Attack of the Doc from Chris Gore, signed by him, of course. I also have my original DVDs of Iron Man and Incredible Hulk, and an X-Men 97 figure of Magneto, because I love that show. Also got some old Jones soda that I got when I was 16. Next is my Mass Effect Legendary Edition helmet, as well as my Xbox One S, I think that's what it was called. And of course, here's my Gibson Epiphone acoustic guitar with a Best Buy pick. If you remember, they had a music thing a long time ago. It still works. Actually, this guitar is the only one I play right now, and it's in tune, so I'll have to play it sometime. Next is all of my NES cartridges. I've had these since before I was born, man. Some of my favorites are Lone Ranger, Mario 3, Mega Man 5, Blues Brothers, some really, really classic ones. Here I have some Smoky Quartz, and an Amethyst Crystal that came from Seattle from my father, and a Mustang Micro Machine thingy. Next to it, I have a bunch of framed art that I haven't put up yet. Oh, it's been a year and a half. I need to put that stuff up. They're all framed except for one, which I got recently at Comic-Con, and this IMAX poster for Dune Part 2. I need to take care of this thing. This thing is so important. This light I actually got for Christmas. It's from Ulanzi, and it's pretty cool. You can actually just turn it on really quick, and you can use it in different modes. Here we have a color RGB mode. You can also change it to different modes. You got like some rainbow mode coming up right here. And you can also just use it as white light, and you can control how pale the light is. So maybe we'll use that for the rest of the tour, illuminate the room a little bit more. There's my green screen in the corner. I haven't used that since I stopped really streaming at my old place. And behind this closet door is the armoire, yes. Here we store a bunch of my comics and even more collectibles. There's my old monitor. That thing's a 24-inch 144 hertz, which I loved, but we got a new thing now. Inside of here, we have even more collectibles. We have more comics in my short boxes, as well as my graded comics and some more trades, which I don't really have a spot for at the moment. Of course, Secret Hitler, I love that game. Back there is some really old games. You see Wrath of the Lich King, Need for Speed Underground. And here's our short boxes. We have a total of right now of 6 short boxes with DC, Independent, and Marvel. We're gonna put those away. Oh yeah, this project right here, this is a super secret project. Hopefully I get back to it someday. You'll see. So here we are, we're taking out all of the different short boxes, and then here we are sorting the comics, which we have read, putting them into DC, Marvel, and Independent. I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself, but we gotta tape all of these shut first before we put them in. So let's grab some tape. These are actually the comics that I do need to read, which I still haven't gotten to, but you know, we're gonna get to it sooner or later. This is our to-read short box being built, and you can see I dated them. So here we are, we're gonna tape them all shut and then put them into the short box. All right, great job, Matt. Those are all taped up and sorted. Let's put them into these short boxes. These are BCW, really, really good stackable boxes. You probably see them at conventions. But inside, we actually split up our collection so far. You can see this is the Batman box. In DC, I have Batman and then everybody else. So one's Batman, one's everybody else. We'll put them in there real quick. After we're all done, we'll pull out some other comic boxes. We got our Indies comics and then our Marvels comics inside of the armoire. And we're gonna get started putting them in there. All done? Great job. That did take about a half hour. Once those are all put away, we'll close back the armoire and then close the closet, revealing the delicious drinks in the fridge once again. Then we'll close it all. Good job. By the way, this brown hat, I'm pretty sure I've had it since I was like 3 years old. We took some pictures at Knott's Berry Farm. I'm pretty sure that's where we got it. Of course, we got a Doctor Who art back there. This is right above my television. This is some original episode 1 figures, which you see a blue Mace Windu lightsaber. I also have my Funko Pops. We got some Leonardo mixed with Power Rangers back there. You can see that. That's straight from Comic-Con San Diego, about a couple years ago. We also have back there a laser disc for Escape from LA. I got that from Marshall's or Ross for like $3. And here's my 55-inch LG TV. You can see right next to it I have some cars, the Batman animated series, Batmobile, a Scentsy candle, a bunch of random comics, my Pokemon cards, some more booze. This hammer is actually Doom Hammer from Warcraft. And then here's my original NES from 1985. This still works, and I actually do play it still, if I ever get the time. Been a little bit too busy lately, and you can see the dust has collected. Next is Diablo 2. This is some original battle chests of World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. This is my work backpack, repping some Kojima and my buddy Anthony with his patches, The Good Life Indeed, as well as some Nerdrotic. Behind that is my World of Warcraft Cataclysm Collector's Edition. Very proud of this. It was a crazy night. I can't believe it was so long ago. Here is a bunch of trades and comics that I need to read. And then here's my Pokemon collection. I've had this since I was about 9 or 10 years old. Here is some original tech that I have, as well as my Nintendo Switch, which is hooked up to the 55-inch LG. Here's my Gibson Epiphone Les Paul. I absolutely love this guitar. It's freaking awesome. I don't play it enough, if at all, anymore. Need to take it in, that's for sure. And then we have our bookshelf. On the top, we have Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk 2077 from my friend Chad, shout out. my Dune popcorn bucket, and then another drawing from the same artist who did the paintings. Here I have my dad's Lord of the Rings books, as well as all my other books. Here I have all of my comic trades, level 3. Next on the bottom, I have some more books and trades, and here's a film frame from The Dark Knight, which I got recently at Comic-Con. Bunch of stuff. At the bottom is my huge compendium books. World of Warcraft, Swamp Thing, which I haven't read, I need to read it. This was actually my first lightsaber. I got it a long time ago at WonderCon. It's just like Darth Malgus lightsaber. No sounds. This is Daniel Bryan when he won the WWE Championships. This is art that I found at San Diego Comic-Con. I absolutely love this rendition, and of course I love Evangelion. This is from Daniel Danger. This was actually really, really sentimental. It was the first Comic-Con that I went with NerdDumb's. Its caption says, "It stopped being about the panic or the guilt and what we would build from it. It became about the horizon and those who will inhabit it." So I thought it was very sentimental and very, good message. And I liked it, so I bought it. And there's me with the camera and the light. Hello, good job. This is actually a bag from the final year of the reboot of G4. So, yeah, good riddance. Next is underneath my streaming PC, and there's a beanbag chair. That's where I read my comics. This box is full of a bunch of convention badges, which I haven't cleaned out yet. Underneath it is, of course, my 15 amp Squire amp and my 50 watt Line 6 amp. Pretty badass. This bag is full of old 80s and 90s toys, which I have not put anywhere. Some of them are Thundercats, some of them are Ninja Turtles. Very old. Haven't cleaned them out yet. This comic book I haven't read. I've had it for like 3 years. Sam with the Talking Gun. I need to read it. 2 years? Okay. These are all of my bags and boards. I preloaded them so that way they're ready to go at any time. This is my streaming PC. This is a Alienware Aurora R5. Still runs. And luckily we just figured out how to do gaming on it without gaming capture card. So happy about that. Still runs. It's actually running better now since I don't have the capture card. That's my iPad Air. Of course, I use that. Some old headphones, which I probably need to toss out. I don't use them anymore. Of course, my Steam Deck, my keyboards. Underneath the desk, I do have some batteries for these lights, actually, which these remote controls do control. So in my background, I have underneath each shelf, or on each shelf, are these little light discs. And I got these off Amazon. They take 3 AAAs, which I use lithium rechargeable batteries in, and they're pretty cool. They last quite a long time, and you can really place them anywhere you want, and it does come with adhesive, so you can stick them on things. You can also press on them just like a press light back in the day in your closet or something like that, and then you can control them all with the remote. So there you go, lights it like that, and I like them. They were a really good cheap option to present all my goodies. This controller actually controls a light strip that's behind the TV. You can barely see it in the light, but underneath it actually goes all the way around the entertainment system. So pretty badass, and I wouldn't have done it without the NerdDumb's. So God bless her, that's 100% sure. This is a 55-inch LG 4K HDR screen. Don't really use it that much. This is a Shure MV7, which we use to stream, and I'm talking on it right now. That is EVA Unit 01 busting through an AT field. I just recently got that dock, so I love it. This is a Canon M500, which I use as a streaming cam. That's a very expensive webcam, but it does do the job and it looks great. Of course, we got some Keylight Airs. These framed arts are from NerdDumb's from my first year in the apartment. They're Star Wars blueprints. Pretty badass. I love the ships. This is from Comic-Con as well. I totally forgot who did this, but it's Wayne's World. Love it. And of course, we have Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, got from Comic-Con as well. That's my hard drive, which I use in the gaming PC, which is also my editing machine. I got this from NZXT, and I got it in 2020, and it has done everything I've thrown at it. It's an amazing machine. This webcam is hooked up to the streaming Alienware computer using an HDMI converter and then into an Elgato cam link, and there it is, plugged into the back. By the way, these light bars, these LED light bars I got from IKEA, God, almost 10 years ago. And they're underneath the desk, they're on the side, and they're underneath both monitors. I currently have two computer monitors. One is an LG 1440p, 144 Hz. The other is an Acer 25-inch, 60 Hz, 1440p. Both are beautiful, and I love it. Next is my newest addition. I'm very excited about it. This camera gear used to actually sit on the floor in front of the closet, but here I have my comic book backpack on a fancy hook. And then I have all of my camera equipment on this really cool pegboard system. It was a really fun night putting all this together, trying to figure out how to best organize it all, but I absolutely love it. Everything is within hand's reach, really easy to set up, and that is the whole computer side of the office. Everything used to sit right there, all the camera equipment. This is my chair. It's a Maxnomic XXL. It's definitely served its time. The leather's coming apart. I got this chair in 2017. It's definitely time for a new chair, but still carries my weight, so what are you gonna do? And that is everything really that's in the office. At least with the house lights on. I do have a couple of these cheap clamps that I got from Harbor Freight. Really does a great job clamping the shades shut. So that way we can get a really good seal away from the light. And that's what it looks like in OBS without the actual production lights on. That's the house lights. Very washed out right now, but that's because the camera settings are set up for a little something different. So let me show you what it looks like with the show lights on. There we go, that looks more like it. This is the type of light setup that I'll be using for our main show, the pull list. Really does highlight each section of the room, and this new blue Ulanzi light really does give it a little bit extra flair within the camera. I really absolutely love the new setup. Really lights the art in an awesome way too. It really has a blue and purple scheme on the walls. Of course, my figure looks awesome too. It's glow in the dark. And yeah, that's what the room looks like. Underneath the show lights, as you can see, even the gaming system has some LED-ness. Yes, LED-ness. It's a thing. And here's what all the items look like underneath the show lights. I really do just like leaving them on the color spectrum. I think it makes the stuff look really cool. Overall, I am very happy with my collection. I love the total amount of different things that I have. Of course, I'm gonna always be buying new stuff at conventions or stores that have antique toys or anything like that. I have my eyes peeled. I just need a bigger space now. And that's really about it. Let me know your thoughts on the room and everything I have in here. And thank you so much again for joining me. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. As always, if you like what I do here, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Really does help out the channel get pushed out to new people. And like I said, let me know your thoughts on my office. I absolutely love it.